Brought to you by NordVPN! And also Gamersubs with this cup. Dishonored, Dat-honored, what isn't honored these days? This is known as the poor man's Bioshock.
No one has ever called that. Dishonored is an immersive sim, which means that the best way to play it is slowly, taking your time, reading every document, listening to every conversation.
We ain't gonna do that though.
We're just gonna jump right in. We play as Corvo Atano, who is the bodyguard for the Empress of an empire seated in the city of Dunwall. And the game begins with Corvo returning to Dunwall Tower after an unusual overseas trip.
Welcome home, Lord Protector.
So this bald guy in red is called Campbell. He's like a religious leader, and the other guy is called Sokolov. But we'll find out more about them later, don't worry.
Stop moving, Campbell. And you, Corvo, welcome back. From wherever you've been.
So why was he overseas if he's the Empress's bodyguard? It's like the worst place for a bodyguard to be. Away.
Well, Dunwall is currently dealing with a big rat plague. So the Empress sent Corvo off overseas to see if anyone's found a cure.
They sent him all around the Isles to beg for aid.
And you did find a cure, didn't you, Corvo? Yeah, did you get bolder? Anyway, bye.
He's off to find the Empress.
But, uh-oh.
A little girl runs up to him and tries to attack.
Corvo, you're back! Will you tell me about your trip, please? Were there any whales?
Mr. B, who the hell is this?
This is Emily Caldwin, the daughter of the Empress. And Emily says,
Corvo, you're back. Will you play hide and seek with me?
And Corvo does.
Oh, God.
And he hides from her. She absolutely sucks at the game. He's just standing with the sun behind him. He's just casting his massive shadow. And Emily's like, I'll find you.
I'll find you.
We needed to do that because it's character development. We know how close their bond is. Don't look at me like that.
Hide her in a burlap sack and throw it in the river.
It's time to see the Empress. So the Empress, Jessamine Caldwin, is having a chat with a real trustworthy looking customer called Burrows.
Burrows is the spymaster, like the chief spy agency CEO.
He's bald. Ugh. And he's in a black coat.
Oh, the worst.
Burrows comes over to Corvo and he's like,
Corvo, 2 days early, full of surprises, as usual.
give us your most trustworthy and least bad guy voice possible.
Corvo! Doing good again, I see, Corvo.
Anyway, we push past him and go over to the Empress.
It's a fair wind that brings you home to me. What news have you brought?
We say, listen, Toots, you ain't impressing anyone.
I love the idea of saying to the Empress, listen, Toots.
With all due respect, Toots.
Corvo hands the Empress his report, but it's bad news.
Very bad.
There's no known cure for the rat plague, Mr. Z. Everybody's gonna die.
Look at the way she just drops that on the ground. No wonder this place is such a mess.
Emily goes to comfort the Empress.
Are you okay, Mother? You seem sad.
But while they're talking, Burrows leads the guards away.
Follow me, Captain. We should leave them alone.
Wait, where are the guards? Who sent them away?
Mother, look! What are they doing on the rooftop?
In the distance, we see a group of assassins in gas masks running towards us. It's a setup. The assassins teleport towards us.
A gun?
And Corvo has to beat them off. But there's too many of them.
A guy magics us into the air. We can't move. There's magic in this game, by the way. All we can do is watch the following unfold.
Another assassin without a mask teleports in.
His name is Daud.
He grabs the Empress and stabs her in the tum-tum. Emily tries to hide, but she immediately gets caught. Shocker.
We're here to save you from the fate of a single-parent household.
The assassins teleport away with her.
We are dropped to the ground, finally able to move once again.
We scramble over to the Empress.
Lying in a pool of her own blood, very weakly, she says,
Corvo, find Emily.
Can you just hold on for about 10 more seconds? This is going to make me look real guilty.
Corvo, the last thing I would ever want is for you to become dishonored.
Corvo.
She's dead. Suddenly, Burrows and Campbell rock up with two guards.
Ward us all. Look at what he's done.
Yes, he's killed the Empress.
Her own bodyguard. Ironic.
I'll see you beheaded for this, Corvo.
But I can't become Dishonored. I didn't do anything.
Take him.
Corvo gets hit in the face. Corvo Atano is Dishonored.
What do we do? How are we going to get it back? How are we going to avenge the Empress? And how are we going to get back that special needs kid?
Corvo has been locked up in prison for 6 months now. Burrows has been torturing him, trying to get him to confess to killing the Empress, which he didn't.
He's withstood 6 months of torture.
Yeah, yeah, in the room there's an audio log, and it's just Burrows complaining that Corvo's just too strong.
Corvo's unconscious again, though he's taken more punishment than the 2 men we brought in for interrogation.
A man of pure grit and will and determination and good looks.
I would never want to be on the receiving end of his blade.
Okay, so that's Corvo, but what's happened to the rest of the Empire in the meanwhile?
While Corvo's been in jail, Burrows has taken over the government.
I announce that my business has been extended.
So it's all a big power play and now he gets to be in charge.
Exactly, and the best bit is, they're not even trying to hide it.
The Empress is dead. Her daughter Emily is hidden away, and no one will ever know the truth.
Did anyone else hear that? Burrows did it, guys!
There was nothing personal in this, even though you almost sank our plans. But it turned out well. You were in the wrong place at the right time, and someone has to take the fall.
Why don't you just take the fall? You're the one who did it.
So Burrows is like,
Well, seeing as you won't sign the fake confession, Corvo, we'll just have you executed tomorrow. Lamau, sucks to suck, idiot.
Goodbye, Corvo. Guards! Take him back to his cell.
Corvo is thrown back into his cell, and he goes to sleep knowing that tomorrow he will be executed.
Corvo is woken up in the morning by the sound of his cell door opening. There's a man at the door, and he says,
You should eat, Corvo. This meal comes from a friend.
I think you'll find that eating this, Corvo, is key to your survival. Here, there's a key under the bread, Corvo.
I don't get it.
I don't get all these cryptic puzzles. Corvo picks up the bread for a bite, and, Mr. B?
Fortunately, there's a piece of paper there, and he used it to wipe up all the crumbs off his mouth.
No, Mr. B, let's read the note. It says,
Hello, Corvo. We are your friends. We have a plan to get you out. So follow our instructions to the letter. I'm only going to write this once. Use the key under the bread and break out of your cell.
What about the guards?
Only one way to make an omelet, Corvo. We've hidden an explosive nearby you can use to bust out of the prison. And escape into the sewers.
And Corvo does exactly those things.
In the sewers, we look over and see a dead couple.
Now, see, this is why I love the immersive sim genre, is because you get to see beautiful environmental storytelling.
his name is Corpse, and he's Yeah, that's horrible.
The letter continues.
In the sewers, you'll find a trunk full of gear. It's all yours, Corvo. Don't worry, you can pay us back later.
Inside, Mr. B, it's a small crossbow.
And a sword that folds out. And it's pretty sweet.
Whoa, that's pretty, yeah.
He just immediately drops it and goes down, like, through the grating. Oh, shit!
And the crossbow goes off. Look.
From there, simply follow your nose to the exit of the sewers. We have a man called Samuel waiting for you on the outside.
Corvo has escaped the sewers, Mr. Z. And waiting in front of him is an old man with a dinghy. This is Samuel, the boatman.
Over here. Quickly, I'm a friend.
Is that you, Samuel?
I'm Samuel. And I work for some good people who want very much to meet you.
They're the ones that left the key and bomb for you, Corvo.
I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Corvo says,
Alright, Sammy, let's get out of here.
So we're on Sammy's boat, and he says,
This is the Hound Pits pub.
Corvo's right next to the motor, so it's what? We're with a group called the Loyalists. Huh? Loyalists. Oh, Sagittarius.
We pull into a dock. And then Samuel leads Corvo up to an old pub.
Mr. B, what the hell is this?
So this is the Hound Pits pub. It's the headquarters for the Loyalists, the people that are helping Corvo. And it's in an old quarantine part of Dunwall, Mr. Z, so no one's gonna find us here.
Good plan? Alright, so Corvo rushes inside, and there we see the two most loyal people you've ever met.
The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock, a true servant of the Empire, like you.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group.
Havelock explains.
I'm going to come out with it.
We aim to overthrow this guy.
Burrows.
The guy who said he did the murder. We gotta kill him. I hate that guy. He did bad stuff to me.
Exactly, Corvo. We're gonna need you to kill Burrows.
Okay. I'll go there now. Off I go.
Havelock blocks Corvo's way.
No. Sweet Corvo, no. It's not gonna be that easy. You see, Burrows is a powerful man now. He's protected by a group of real bad guys. There's Campbell, who's given him military power.
Ironic.
The Pendleton twins giving him political power.
Ding dong!
And some secret unknown lady giving him financial power. So I can't kill Burrows until I kill all those guys? Is that what you're saying? Asks Corvo.
Pendleton pipes up, saying,
There's one more thing, Corvo.
We're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We need to find Emily. She needs to become the new Empress.
But no one has seen her since the Empress was murdered.
She's still playing hide and seek after all these months.
So, Corvo, we just need to find Emily and kill Burrows, and we'll all have our honor back by Christmas.
Whoa, Mr. B, what a fantastic setup to the game. Is there anyone else we should meet?
Oh, Mrs. A, I'm so glad you asked. Yes. Corvo walks around Loyalist HQ to go meet some of the other Loyalist people. There's Piero, he's an inventor. He makes all of Corvo's gear, Mr. Z.
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin.
He's the one that made the sword and the crossbow we got in the sewers.
Whoa.
And now he's made us a sweet mask that we get to wear on missions.
Oh, that's on the box art of the game!
There's Callista, who's a maid, and she's a bit of a cutie.
I'm Callista. I work here for Admiral Havelock.
Romance option, Mr. B?
Nah, but we should put her in the thumbnail. Corvo then heads up to his bedroom and goes to sleep, dreaming of a better tomorrow.
For what a day, Mr. B. If I wanted to dream of something pleasant, I'd dream of ad time. A jar, blue balls, milk, hanging from a piece of twine. And here comes Mr. Scissors. Uh-oh, he looks hungry. While I do this, let me tell you about NordVPN. It's Christmas season. Why not get yourself a huge deal on a 2-year plan plus 4 bonus months? Just go to nordvpn.com/story mode. NordVPN is a virtual private network, keeping you safe on the internet. It's like a private tunnel, preventing ISPs and other people, and also hackers, from seeing what you're looking at on the internet. You know, every time when they ask you if you want to enable cookies, yes, they're trying to track you. Oh, I'm just kidding. Not only that, but you can change your IP's location to other regions and access region-blocked content. So go to nordvpn.com/story mode for a huge deal on a 2-year plan, plus 4 bonus months. Ad over.
Corvo wakes up.
Alright, it's time to go downstairs, says Corvo as he's running down on all fours like a dog. Corvo goes excitedly running up to Havelock. Havelock, what's the first mission?
Your first job is to get rid of one of the Lord Regent's top men. You gotta kill Campbell.
The soup guy? Sorry.
Campbell, if we recall, was the guy in red from earlier, not the guy who killed the Empress, the bald guy. Ironic guy. And he's in charge of this religious army group, and they're protecting Burrows. So, that's why he's gonna die.
So how are we getting in?
Alright, Corvo, listen up. I'm only gonna say this once. You're gonna go to the jetty.
You got a good boat, man?
Oh, the very best. Remember Samuel?
Just give the signal.
So he's gonna take us into the streets?
On a boat, Corvo? Please. Your insertion point's gonna be a small dock just outside Dunwall City. Then you'll have to make it to Campbell's office on foot. But don't go killing everyone, Corvo.
Remember, Corvo, we want the good ending.
Corvo's like choking people out, he's jumping on them from 20 meters up, shooting them in the spine with tranquilizers.
Non-lethal. It's a full quadriplegic run. They'll just wish they were dead.
Right, so Corvo's making his way through the dark city streets to find Campbell. He's using his powers, he's like blink teleporting around, he's like doing cartwheels, doing triple backflips and stuff like it. It's pretty sweet. He blinks up and around the outside of the office building, through a window, and into what looks like a meeting room, where he can hear High Overseer Campbell is about to come in.
Now if you'll join me.
So he sneaks up on top of a bookcase, he's not gonna find us up here. Then the doors open, and Campbell enters the room. He's joined by a guard captain, and they slowly walk around the room and stop right underneath Corvo. Time to strike. Corvo stops time, tranks the other dude, and then jumps down right in front of Campbell and assassinates him.
You know, I almost feel bad. You make one hell of a
Why did that make me laugh?
There you go. Alright, with Campbell dead, it's time to get out of here. Corvo makes his escape through the back of the building. Corvo meets up with Sammy the Boatman.
Okay, let's go.
And they head back to Loyalist HQ.
just like clockwork.
And Havelock is already there to congratulate us. And Pendleton's there too.
You did it. I knew you were our man, Corvo.
Please help yourself to a drink. But don't have too many drinks, Corvo, because we've got another mission for you, and we don't want you to have to tinkle on the job.
The next day, Corvo wakes up.
And he heads downstairs.
And waiting for him in the bar are Havelock and Martin.
He's a new guy, don't worry about it.
What is this, the afternoon shift?
You're very funny, Havelock. Why don't you just tell me what the next mission is, so we can all have a real laugh?
Well, Corvo, for this next job, we're gonna need you to head over to the Golden Cat. Martin clarifies. It's
a bathhouse for aristocrats.
The bathhouse?
That's the most secure building in the whole tri-state area.
The doors are locked, it's soundproof, and I hear it's even smell-proof.
Why do I need to go there, Havelock?
Havelock says, I got big news for you, Corvo, and it's good. We got big intel on Emily. Remember that ugly kid that didn't know how to play hide and seek at the beginning?
Well, it turns out she's under house arrest in an apartment next to the Golden Cat. She's not in the Golden Cat. It's all good, not weird, all above board, Corvo. Don't stress. And Martin's like, yeah,
we're gonna need you to break in there, find and save Emily.
So I just need to find Emily and leave?
That it? That the whole job?
I wish it were that easy, Corvo. There's actually a couple of twins in there that we need you to take care of.
The twins, Morgan and Custis.
Are you talking about sex?
No, Corvo. They're Pendleton's older brothers.
I mean, are they hot? Anything for the job.
Martin says, Pendleton will give you the details.
He's asked to brief you personally.
So we wander over and talk to Pendleton, and he goes,
I've asked to speak to you myself. You see, I'm sending you to kill my older brothers, Morgan and Custis. They're horrible men.
2-on-1? I'm always game for a fair fight, says Corvo, very wryly.
But why do you want me to kill your brothers, Pendleton?
My brothers are close allies to the Lord Regent.
And thus, they must die, forsooth. Listen up, Corvo. I'm only going to say this once. Samuel the boatman is waiting for you down by the jetty.
I'll take you to the Golden Cat when you're ready.
Alright, once I'm there, how do I find these sons of bitches?
Well, Corvo, once you've got inside, look out for the madam of the joint. I hear she has loose lips.
Lost track of him again.
So Corvo's just snuck in through a window into the Golden Cat, and he listens in to a conversation between the madam of the establishment and a guard.
So he's looking at this lady, but she's got her clothes on, and so Corvo's like...
And she looks old. And she, doing a very poor job, tells us exactly where the two Pendleton twins are.
Morgan's in the steam room downstairs tonight.
Is it safe in there? Because I've heard rumors. If one
Not
of them
for long, says Corvo to himself. Corvo stealths his way down to the bottom levels of the bordello, to the steam room.
All the while, he's thinking about steam-related quips.
We come up to a door and peep through the keyhole.
Oh!
We can see Morgan Pendleton with a lady. So Corvo stops time and busts in. He knocks out the lady and grabs the twin.
I hope you like your vegetables steamed.
Ouchie.
The quip didn't work out. I'll try with the next twin. I'll try with the next one.
That's the first brother dead, Mr. Z.
It's me, the madam again. The other twin.
Custis, some nights he just waits in the gold room and talks to a girl. It's funny what people will pay for.
Corvo blinks through the golden cat, and he slinks his way around the outside eaves of the gold room, the place where the other twin is, Custis. Corvo sneaks in and jumps him. Corvo grabs Custis by the throat, and Custis is lunging at him. He's like trying to grab at Corvo. So Corvo hits him with the mustard.
Call me Cleveland, 'cause this one's a steamer,
says Corvo, plunging a knife into his neck. That one was good. That's both twins down. Now we just need to find Emily. Corvo heads up the stairs to the nearby apartment building. There's a hallway with a bunch of doors. Emily's got to be in here somewhere, Mr. Z. Corvo picks a door.
How about this one?
And pushes it open. A small girl stands up.
Who are you? Why are you wearing that mask?
Oh my god, it's Emily.
Corvo?
Corvo picks up Emily and throws her in the air.
You're wearing a mask to sneak around, aren't you? They told me you were head chopped off and in prison dead.
Voice down?
Like mother. Now we can leave. I have a plan. I almost got away twice.
So you failed to get away twice.
There's a special door to come and go for special people, and I'll show you. And if anyone tries to stop us, you can fight them.
Oh, what a generous offer.
It's this way.
Emily leads Corvo to the back entrance of the Golden Cat, and Corvo says,
Come on, Emily. Let's get out of here before we all get pegged.
Leave that in. That's going in.
For a crime we didn't commit, obviously.
Let's go. Let's get out of here.
They meet back up with Sammy. Then it's back to Loyalist HQ.
Corvo comes speedboating into the Loyalist HQ.
We make landfall. And lead Emily up to Callista, who's waiting on the dock.
Young Lady Emily, I'm Callista. I'll be caring for you and schooling you while you're with us.
I'm gonna be your new mom.
Pleased to meet you.
As am I.
I'll go with Callista, Corvo. I'll see you later.
Havelock comes marching right up, and he says,
You do not fail to impress. Armed with a blade, you've changed the course of the city forever.
Havelock gives us a very hearty handshake.
And then he says,
Why don't you join me and Martin inside?
Hi, Corvo, yells Martin, ominously in the distance. I think you're gonna dig the next step of our plan. Is it killing someone? It's killing someone, Corvo. Alright, new mission. So Corvo goes marching up to the bar where Havelock and Martin are waiting for him. Havelock says, Corvo, please come over, have a drink. But you can't sit down, there's not enough seats for you.
I guess I'll stand. So, you guys talking about the next big job? And I'm not just talking about your mom.
You know my mom's dead, Corvo, but I'll let that one slide.
Martin's devised our next move.
Martin says, That's right, you've been doing a great job, Corvo. Burrows is in shambles. But now, there's one more thing we need to take from him. We gotta hit him where it hurts. His cock and balls? The wallet.
Oh.
We're gonna take away his money.
Let's make him poor. Oh yeah? We're doing some sort of bank heist, maybe? Not far off.
Burrows has a mistress, and she's bankrolling his whole operation.
Kill her, and the cash dries up.
But there's a problem.
What is it now?
No one knows who she is.
So how do we find her?
Finding women that don't want to be found is kind of my specialty. Do you remember Sokolov, Corvo?
Oh yes, the guy with the schematics to the Metal Gear.
Almost, Corvo, but that's from Metal Gear Solid 3, and we haven't finished the Metal Gear Solid 2 video yet. Mr. Z, if you recall, Sokolov is the guy who was painting Campbell at the start of the game.
Oh yeah.
I think he's meant to be a scientist as well or something, but he mainly just likes to go hard in the paint.
The Lord Regent's mistress sat for a portrait with Sokolov.
So if I go over there and just ask him, hey, who that lady? What does she look like? Is he gonna tell me?
No, we already tried that and he said no. Yeah, he was really mean, says Martin. So we went to his house and we brought him here to Loyalist HQ for a drink. I think he'll find us to be very persuasive. So the Loyalists have kidnapped Sokolov the painter, and they have him in a big cage ready to interrogate. And suddenly, the door opens. Master Negotiator Corvo enters the room. Corvo marches right up to Sokolov. You gotta tell me who this lady is, Sokolov. But Sokolov ain't budging.
I elect not to tell you. You will have to force the words from me, and I warn you, my willpower is quite legendary.
You could put me through the interrogation of 3 men. And Corvo goes, son of a bitch. Have a look, this guy's good. Have a look, this guy's really
We gotta back down. Okay. There's only one thing I can do.
Through snarling teeth, Corvo says, Please tell us who she is, Sokolov, please.
I elect not to tell you.
Look at him. We really need to know her name. Sokolov relents. Oh God, fine.
I can tell you this much. She was always referred to as Lady Boyle.
I have been invited to a party at the Boyle Manor this very evening.
Tonight, the timing is perfect.
Look, here's my invitation. Just fucking take it.
So Havelock's like, all right, epic. We'll send you to this party and you can kill Lady Boyle. Sammy will take you to the party, Corvo. And you can use that invitation to get in.
But won't everybody see me? I'm Dishonored, you know.
And Sokolov's like,
well, Corvo, luckily this party's fancy dress. Everyone will be wearing a mask.
Of course, you already have a mask, don't you, Corvo?
Corvo walks up to the guard at the front door of the party and hands him his invitation.
Oh, I think you'll find everything is in order, sir. And the guard agrees.
Right this way, sir.
Corvo's in, Mr. Z. He has made it to the party. And look at the place, how fancy it is.
HQ, I got a problem. If everybody's in a mask, how am I supposed to find this lady? You want me to just walk around and kill every woman I see?
No, Corvo. You're there for work, not for fun. I've got a friend who'll be attending Corvo. His name is Lord Brisby. He'll know which is the right one. Corvo finds this Brisby customer in a smoking room. He goes up for a chat. Hello, I'm Corvo. Brisby says,
I know your purpose here tonight. And, how to say this, your target is the woman I love.
I'm sorry, Brisby. I gotta do it. I gotta kill this lady.
Wait, let me offer you a new deal.
I swear that if you'll bring her to me unharmed, you will never hear of her again.
Like ever?
I mean, I hadn't heard about her before today, so ever.
Pinky swear?
There's a cellar directly below the kitchen. I'll wait for you there. I'm not proud of this, but surely it's better than seeing her killed.
Ever? You got yourself a deal, but how do I recognize her in her costume?
She's the one wearing red.
As soon as you help me find out which one is the color red, I'll be on my way. So Corvo tracks down Lady Boyle.
Oh, hello, handsome.
And instead of killing her, he says,
listen, there's someone here trying to kill you. Wink. You need to go to the cellar right now. Wink.
Oh, but this is perfect. I love it.
She just thinks it's all a game. She thinks he's playing. She thinks he's going to do sex on her. Lady Boyle, can you please come to the cellar with me?
Oh, yes, of course I can. What happens next? Are you gonna tie me up?
I'm way too bashful for all of this, says Corvo. So Lady Boyle leads Corvo down into the cellar.
Well, here we are.
Shall we make love on the cold stone tile floor or against the sewerage pipe on the wall?
What shall we do with ourselves?
Lady Boyle begins to undress, and Corvo gets kind of nervous.
And he accidentally fires his gun directly into her face. Lady Boyle is dead.
Steamed hams, he quips.
Uh-oh, Mr. C, I don't think Brisby's gonna like this. So Corvo goes over to Brisby and he's like, Brisby, something happened.
She's dead? You monster!
Well, says Corvo, plenty of fish in the sea. So Corvo escapes Lady Boyle's party and heads back to Sammy the Boatman. Time to head back to Loyalist HQ. Corvo goes and meets with Havelock and Martin, who are planning the final mission, Mr. Z. This is it.
Corvo walks in. Hey guys, how's it going?
Corvo, the time has come.
Yep, says Martin. Burrows, the main bad guy.
Vulnerable. And now everything is in place to strike at him.
Burrows has lost his military power, his political power, and his finances.
What does that mean regarding my status as a Dishonored?
Well, good news there, Corvo. It's finally time to get your honor back. We need you to go take out Burrows. The man who killed the mother of your daughter. I mean the Empress. You find that out in the next game. Oh, I'm so excited, says Corvo. What do you need me to do?
Well, it isn't going to be easy, Corvo.
He has locked himself up in Dunwall Tower.
Havelock says, when you're ready.
Samuel will take you close to the tower, near the waterlock.
I'm pretty sure you remember the way in.
Corvo runs across the roof of the building, and he zoots his way into the courtyard, past all the stuff, teleports into the stair. He's somewhere else now. He's in the building.
Corvo says, alright, so when I'm inside, what's the plan? I just need to stab Burrows in his stupid bald head, right? And Havelock says, not quite, Corvo. We've got something a little more Dishonored in mind. Martin says, there's a guy in the tower who runs all the radio broadcasts, Corvo.
This disc jockey, Corvo, is gonna know exactly how to turn the tables.
Corvo tracks down this radio guy, and he's like, hello!
Please don't hurt me. You're here to kill
Burrows.
Archer. Spare my life, and I can help you beat him.
After these commercial messages.
Hello! Frank Walker from National Tiles. This week, National Tiles have a beautiful range.
Welcome back.
So anyway, Burrows, he makes
recordings on audiograph, secrets, some that would destroy him if others heard. Played on this amplifier, his confessions would be broadcast throughout the city. He'll be ruined.
Alright, let's do that. Hit play.
No, I don't have the recordings on me. You see, he keeps an audio diary locked up in his room. It's in a safe. Though I doubt any secrets in there will be safe for long. Corvo finesses his way to the Lord Regent's bedroom, and he cracks open the safe.
So we look in the safe, and what do we see?
The closest thing to a smoking gun you could possibly find. Corvo finds a note from Daud, the head of the assassins, you remember? The swish-looking guy in the red coat.
Yeah, I can remember it now that you're showing it to me. Yep.
And it's essentially just a paper trail of him saying, hi, Burrows, I am an assassin and you paid me to kill the Empress.
Well, you gotta keep the receipts for taxes.
Signed, Daud. And there's a little drawing in the bottom of it, which is very nice. If that note wasn't enough, there is also an audio log authored by Lord Regent Burrows, where he, in explicit detail, says every single bad thing he's ever done. So we take it, head back to the broadcast center, and Corvo jams it into the radio.
Let's play it right now.
This is one track he won't want an encore for it.
It doesn't make any sense. This is one track he won't.
And now, Burrows' sordid confession plays out through the streets of Dunwall.
My poverty eradication plan was meant to bring prosperity to the city.
Buckingham Palace has announced the death of His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh.
And it was a simple plan. Bring the disease-bearing rats from the Pandician continent and let them take care of the poor for us.
That's right, Mr. Z. Burrows was the one what done the rat plague. He imported a bunch of rats to Dunwall to kill all the poor people, but then it got a little bit out of control. But then the Empress started to get suspicious, so he had her killed.
I knew the truth would come out eventually, so there was no other way than to be rid of her. She had to die.
What, the plague was his plot all along?
The plague was his plot all along.
And he recorded all this stuff? Doesn't he know how guilty he's gonna look if people hear this? As the sound waves emanated throughout the city, Corvo could feel his honorability expanding in both girth and length.
So Corvo heads downstairs and he sees Burrows, and he's being arrested by 2 guards.
I order you to put down your weapons. This is treason.
And they say,
"Didn't you hear the diss track?"
It's over, Hiram. Your head will roll for what you've done.
Burrows stumbles out.
No! I'll make you rich men if you just let me go. I beg you.
It's Corvo did it, not me. And they say, no, Corvo is the honorable one here.
You nearly destroyed this city. No amount of money will undo that.
And now Burrows is dishonored. Wait, no, says Corvo. Is that the whole plan? We're gonna kill him. Nah, but Corvo, it's funnier this way, says Havelock. It's thematic. You were dishonored, now he's dishonored. No, Havelock. It's not enough for Burrows to just be dishonored.
I also want him deceased. Well, what are you gonna do?
Alright, it's gonna be simple. There'll be guards. All I need to do is stop time.
What?
Put those little birdies to sleep. And then I can get right in front of Burrows and look him dead in the eye as I finish him off. That didn't sound, you know what I mean? I'm gonna stab him.
You almost crushed my self-esteem. Bit late, but not bad, Corvo, not bad.
And when he looks down, Burrows has already bled out. He's gone. He's never come back. He's dead.
Did you hear it?
With the job done, Corvo makes his escape.
We meet back up with Sammy on his boat.
Is it all done?
And he says, you ready to go back to Loyalist HQ, where everything will be good forever? Ha, I sure am, Sammy. We sail back to HQ wistfully with Sammy the boatman.
But maybe it's going to be different now. I'm guessing our work is almost done.
So Corvo walks through the front door of Loyalist HQ. There's Emily there to greet him and everything.
Everyone says you did something good tonight.
That's right, Emily. You're gonna be the king or whatever in no time. Corvo walks into the pub and... Surprise!
Oh, fellas, you threw a party and everything.
You got Havelock's there, Pendleton's there, Martin, Callista's looking after Emily.
Amazing.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Pendleton raises a glass.
Word is spreading all over the city. The tyranny is over.
And Pendleton goes,
Here, Corvo, take this drink. No, not that one. Here, have this one. Pendleton quickly turns to Havelock and he's like, you didn't swap the drinks from it, didn't you? You've had that one the whole time? Okay, yeah. Cool.
By this time tomorrow, Emily will be on the throne. After that, we'll clear your name and put everything we've got into rebuilding the city.
And Corvo is like looking at the drink and there's like just a bunch of white powder like floating at the bottom. He's like,
Dunwall whiskey.
They just don't make it like they used to. Pendleton says,
a toast to Corvo.
To Corvo, the man who served to change the course of history.
All right, fellas, cheers to that.
To me.
And they all clink their glasses together, but they are very careful. Don't spill any of yours and mine, right? Corvo swallows his drink, and he loved it. And it feels all warm in his belly. This has been so much fun, you guys.
I hope that we can keep killing people forever.
and we're friends now, right? Corvo decides, I'm feeling kind of sleepy. These celebrations have been great, but it's time to go to bed. So he wanders upstairs.
But there's a little bit, he's feeling a little bit sick. He probably had a little bit too much to drink.
Oh, man, I must have drank a lot.
Because there's a wave warp filter on the screen, and someone's messing with the green color balance.
Uh-oh. Corvo falls onto the ground. Thud. Corvo has been poisoned. Yeah. But it must have been the Loyalists. Some time passes, then Corvo wakes up. And Pendleton, Havelock, and Martin are standing above him.
Did the poison work its magic? Is he dead?
It better have worked. It cost me a month's profit.
Yes, sir. I believe Corvo has breathed his last.
We hear Havelock say, you did a good job poisoning him, Samuel. Your best friend Corvo, it was you. You're the one who put the poison in.
Oh, not Samuel, Mr. B. We trusted him. Although, Ironic.
Put your body. There you go. You got a joke? Shoot it.
Someone put a black fly in his Chardonnay.
Corvo stopped time because he felt like someone was going to say something unfunny. He wanted to make sure it didn't happen. Anyway, we reload the level. Martin says,
Remember, we need the body. If we come forward with the corpse of the man who murdered the Empress, we'll be greeted as heroes.
Yes, it'll grant us legitimacy. We'll be the men who rescued Emily and brought down the Lord Regent and his assassin.
What the hell just happened?
So the Loyalists, Havelock, Pendleton, and Martin, they want to take power for themselves. And the only thing that's in their way now is Corvo. Havelock says,
You'll see to the body, won't you, Samuel?
Yes, sir.
And the Loyalists leave. But once they're alone, Samuel comes down to his body and goes, Don't worry, Corvo.
I only gave you half the poison. They were watching me, and it was all I could think to do.
And I know they'd kill me if I didn't poison you.
So he was loyal after all.
Samuel was the only loyal person in the Loyalists.
I think you're strong enough to survive that.
But I'm not just going to leave you here, Corvo. I've got a plan.
I'll put you on a raft, and then I've got to ship out myself.
Every silly, there's always going to be a boat.
I got this idea. I just read this book. It's called the Bible. In it, they've got this master stroke, right? They put this baby in a boat. I'm thinking, you have a baby, and we put... No, what if we floated you down the river? They'll think you're dead, and I'll float you away, and then later on you can recover, and then you can, get even more honor back.
And retake Egypt.
Hopefully you'll wake up and find your way out of this cursed city.
Corvo throws up on himself, and the scene fades to black.
Corvo wakes up the next morning. He's alive. I knew I shouldn't have drank from the Mulvini cans.
And he's on this little boat in the flooded district. This is an area of Dunwall City that was flooded to try and contain all the plague within it. It's like Venice, but full of shit.
Regular Venice?
The poison is starting to wear off, just as he thinks he's going to go through a lovely boat ride through the canal and then land in some reeds and a nice lady's going to pick him up. 2 dudes show up on the boat.
This is the one who was with the Empress when she died. Poisoned.
They teleport into the area, and these guys look like assassins. In fact, they look exactly like the assassins from the beginning of the game.
Tivian stuff. Amateur work.
Do they kill us?
No. 'Twere only it that simple. The assassins say, let's take him back to Daud. He'll know what to do with him.
He'll live. That's up to Daud.
So they take Corvo into a canal
down in the industrial sector.
From here, they haul Corvo out, chuck him into a cage, and hoist him to the top of a factory. And waiting for him at the top is a man in red. It is Daud, the head of the assassins. This is the man who killed the Empress at the start of the game, the one that Burrows hired.
Is he pleased to see us?
Oh, I doubt it.
I know a great deal, bodyguard.
Just you wait, Daud.
Now, Daud also has this big case full of stuff, and he takes out of it Corvo's sword. He's got his gear in that box.
Daud begins telling Corvo his plans. And Corvo's like, you gonna kill me?
No, actually, Corvo, I'm no killer. I'm gonna sell you back to the Loyalists, and they'll kill you, and I'll just enjoy the money.
Don't do that.
No, guys, they're not loyal. It's a misnomer. They're not loyal. They're actually very betraying. Daud then takes the box of Corvo's gear and tosses it to the bottom of the elevator shaft.
You'll never see this again. Corvo is then punched in the back of the head. This is a hopeless situation. Corvo wakes up. He is now in an even more hopeless situation. He's inside a big metal drum. And not the good kind where there's a Jamaican guy playing Telly Me Banana. Mr. B, do you think Corvo's gonna find the inner strength to survive?
I hope so, Mr. Z, because Corvo still needs to get out of here, save Emily from the Loyalists, and get his G-dang honor back.
So Corvo gets up on his feet once again.
And he puts on his mask. First, Corvo needs to get out of this drum, so
he uses his magical powers to throw a brick and break the opening to the container.
He climbs out, sneaks past the assassin guards, and goes and gets his gear back. Alright, Daud Town. I'm gonna kill him.
We are back to action mode.
Corvo expertly navigates the flooded district and makes his way to and through Daud's assassin office.
Now, inside Daud's office, we can hear Daud is having a meeting with a bunch of other assassins.
Corvo blinks up onto a bookcase to listen in. They're saying,
Master.
What is it?
Corvo isn't in his containment anymore. He broke out.
And his knees are shaking.
What are we gonna do?
And Daud says, are you really surprised that Corvo broke out?
I suspect that in time he will come to me here.
Sooner than you think, says Corvo.
Corvo jumps down and confronts Daud, stealthily, with a gun. Bang, bang, bang. But Daud stops time, because remember, he's got powers too.
Oh.
And Daud's like, oh shit man, this guy's for real. And he runs away. But Corvo gives chase.
Daud and Corvo are now one-on-one. It's going to be the epic mealtime of fights.
They clash swords, and Daud's like,
Corvo, I'm the best assassin in Dunwall. You'll never be able to beat me.
And Corvo pushes and hits Daud once.
Corvo! You win! You've beaten me!
Daud's laying in a puddle on the ground.
But at this point, he is instead begging for mercy.
I asked for my life. When I killed your empress and took her daughter, something broke inside me.
Corvo, I was so wrong about the things that I did, and also the ideas that I had.
Those tweets were from a very long time ago, Corvo, you gotta understand.
And so, let me just say, cheers to being the finest assassin who ever lived.
Ah, thank you. No, I've seen that trick before.
So my life is in your hands. Make your choice.
But Corvo, unfortunately in the canon, doesn't kill Daud.
And you choose mercy.
He puts his sword away and he goes,
oh my god.
You know what, Daud? You're an assassin. I'm an assassin. I'm not gonna kill you.
It's kind of the Assassin's Code.
Extraordinary.
So now, Corvo can escape the flooded district and back into Dunwall City proper. He has got a score to settle with these loyalists.
So Corvo goes running back to Loyalist HQ. But the place looks abandoned. Hello? Where is everybody? I'm here for revenge. No one answers. So he goes running around all the other rooms. No one here. No one here. Oh, wait a minute. Emily should be here at least.
So Corvo saunters his way over to Emily's tower. And when he knocks on the door...
Hello, Emily? Emily, are you there? I am here to rescue you.
The door swings open.
How long was I gone? Emily, you're all grown up. And I wasn't there to see it.
That's not Emily. That's Callista the maid. And she looks terribly upset. Callista says to Corvo, oh, Corvo, after they poisoned you, Havelock went crazy. He started killing everyone.
Yeah, but where's Emily?
Well, Corvo, Havelock, Pendleton, and Martin took Emily to the lighthouse.
She's suffered through so much, and she's got no one else on her side except you.
Oh my god, another mission. You tricked me into thinking the game was over like 3 levels ago.
There's DLC as well, Corvo. Don't you worry about it.
How come I'm black in the sequel? And also a woman. I don't remember that part. Is that part of the special powers?
Oh, mate, that's for all the Billy Lurk fans out there.
So I have to get over to this lighthouse? But how am I supposed to get across that water, Callista? I am but a man with feet. I am not a boat.
And then Samuel the Boatman, our best bud, the guy who poisoned us, chugging away in his little skiff.
Yep.
And he says,
never pays to bet against you, does it?
Come on, Corvo. We gotta save Emily and we're running out of time. Just jump in my boat and take a seat.
Off we go to the lighthouse.
Samuel takes Corvo to the lighthouse, where the Loyalists are holding up with Emily.
Hey, I've noticed this bottled water in the back. Is that an Uber thing? Should I be drinking this, or is this poison too?
Corvo has not let the poisoning go.
All I can say is that it's been a pleasure serving with you. Maybe after all this is settled, we'll see each other again.
This is it. This is the last level.
Thank God.
I hate when you look bored when we do these recordings. It makes me feel like you don't enjoy this.
Good luck, Corvo. If anyone deserves it, you do.
Goodbye, Samuel.
He walks away while Samuel is still talking to him. Corvo infiltrates the lighthouse. He blinks up here. And he climbs up here.
I'm over here.
And after possibly the best shot anyone's ever taken in any game,
I'm impressed myself.
He's at the elevator. And that's going to take him all the way to the top. Ding. And now there's only one thing left to do. If that's for Corvo.
Ding.
Oh, to go confront Havelock.
Finally. The big thing. Let's do it.
So, Corvo creeps his way up the spiral staircase of the Lord Regent's lighthouse.
Squeak, squeak.
We spot Havelock in the distance, eyeing him up without penis.
Corvo teleports his way up on top of a bookcase, and he's looking down at Havelock.
And Havelock is monologuing to himself aloud.
Oh, I cannot believe it all went bad.
And then Corvo's there in the wings, and he's going, well, you shouldn't have done all that bad stuff then if you didn't want things to go bad.
Don't you know that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts?
This is straight out of Animal Farm.
I know Corvo's coming for me just like he came for the others. It's only a question of how and when.
Alright, now's the time for me to strike. I'm gonna kill Havelock, then I'm gonna kill Pendleton, then I'm gonna kill that other one.
Martin.
But wait! Pendleton and Martin are here in the room, at the table. They're not moving.
Have they been poisoned as well?
Pendleton and Martin are dead. Havelock was behind all of it, and he's trying to become the dictator. So Corvo jumps down from the bookcase. He looks up at Havelock and he says, so many books, but you've never read 1984. Havelock's like, I thought it was an instruction manual. Corvo succumbs to the woke mind virus. Now, Havelock actually says,
Did you think I'd fight you, Corvo? Sorry to disappoint.
Before I kill you, Havelock. What's going on, big fella? Why'd you do all this bad stuff? Havelock says,
It all started out so great. I guess we all got too greedy. Pendleton wanted power, Martin wanted power. And I guess, Corvo, we couldn't rule out that you wanted power too. But I can see that you just care about Emily, and you just want to save her. In the end, Corvo, it wasn't you.
Mm-hmm.
It was me. So, Corvo, I'm not gonna fight you. You're the best. What would I do? I'm just a Navy admiral with decades of experience with a gun and blade. What would I do against you, Corvo? In fact,
the key to Emily's cell. She'll be glad to see you.
On this very little table is the key to Emily's room. She's just out back. She's waiting for you. She wants to see her papa.
You made quite an impression on her. Did you know that? She asked about you constantly. Where you were, what you'd been doing. She's become an interesting girl. If she lives, she'll make a memorable empress. Go ahead. Kill me or take me to Coldridge Prison. Make your choice. She'll be watching.
Well, Havelock, I don't necessarily agree with your methods, but by gum do you get results. I know what I will do. I will have the key. So Corvo bends down to take the key. But just as he does, Havelock, you son of a bitch.
Havelock draws his sword and goes to attack Corvo. Corvo parries and riposts. He stabs his blade through Havelock's arm, which is ironic because he was actually in the Navy, not the Army, and twists Havelock's own pistol up towards his face and pulls the trigger.
Havelock is dead. Corvo takes the key.
Again.
And he goes over to Emily's room.
Corvo! I knew you'd come. Is it going to be okay now?
Still coated in the blood of Havelock.
Come on, Emily. Let's get out of here.
Will I be Empress?
You're in charge of the whole country now. Please don't make any weird policies like everyone gets a free pony.
And that is the end of the game.
So does he know that this is his daughter?
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, I feel like you know. He's like, wait a minute. Well, wait, hold up 1 second. I had unprotected sex with the Empress, and now all of a sudden she's with child? I don't know. Yeah, I feel like he knows it's his kid.
Wait, what do they call it when it's like all of a sudden, like the assassins like flash into place?
Blink.
Did someone blink a baby inside the Empress?
No, that's crazy. I definitely blinked out.
Jesus.
Anyway, that's it. That's the last story mode.
Up, Nord? I don't know. What's up, Nord, with you? And get this cup and 10% off at gamersubs.gg/historian.